Hello my fellow Americans. I am making this video just to remind each and every one of you to get out and vote in the New Hampshire primary tomorrow. It's important that you get out and vote because, like we saw in the Iowa caucuses, only 8 votes separated first place from second place. So your vote can make a huge difference, especially if you all go out and let your voices be heard. I also am bringing you this message to hope that you'll support Ron Paul tomorrow and check his name off in the box. You can vote for him if you're an independent or a Democrat, or if you've never voted before, you can still vote. He's on the Republican ticket. I don't like Republicans. I don't like Democrats. Ron Paul's different. Ron Paul has a completely different message than the rest of them are spewing out. The rest of them are all using talking points and crazy rhetoric. Ron Paul tells it like it is. He tells the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts, but our country has no money right now, and we need to start saving money. So we all need to cut back a little bit, especially the government, because we are the government, and the government has nothing. So in order to give the government something, it needs to take it away from someone else. Me and you. To send money overseas and do all kinds of crazy stuff, to fund all kinds of crazy military things, and now to fund healthcare. If you look at the bailout money, it's 50% of the pie chart, and the military's another quarter. That would save an immense amount of money right there, and no one is talking about it. Ron Paul doesn't want to go war with Iran. Ron Paul wants to bring all our troops home and defend America, at our borders, and when we need to be defended, to make sure people don't come over here and do bad things. But we never have to give up our security and give up our liberties at the same time. We are a free nation, and we're starting to fall away from that. The Second Amendment is very important. Ron Paul supports it. It's one of the reasons I think we've never been attacked as the United States, like invaded, because we were attacked on September 11th and Pearl Harbor. We've never been invaded because everyone else in the world knows we all have guns, and there's more people who are good than bad out there. And if you take away everyone's guns, the bad people are still going to figure out how to get them, while the good people are following the rules, not getting guns, and they'll come in and they'll take over. And then the bad people, it just gets bad if we can't defend ourselves and defend our freedoms. So Ron Paul is very pro-Second Amendment. He's pro-Constitution. He's a constitutionalist, hands down. Ron Paul would not take his power and abuse it. His record shows it. The way he talks shows it. So get out there tomorrow. Vote for Ron Paul. It's very important. Even if you are somebody that just doesn't care, listen to me and vote for Ron Paul. It's the only 10 minutes all year. It's all you have to do. Vote for Ron Paul. Make a huge difference. I know some of you aren't into him. Some of you have never even heard of him. Google him. Google the Federal Reserve banking system. See where your money comes from. It's all a giant system, and it's all collapsing. And if we don't do something, inflation is going to take over. And that's not the price of things going up. It's the value of the dollar going down. So in order to save the dollar, we need to stop printing all this money, because the more money we print, the more worthless the dollar becomes. If everyone had $1 million, $1 million would be worthless because everybody has $1 million. So if we print $1 trillion to bail out all these banks, it's like injecting that much money into the money supply, making the value of the dollar go down and making the price of everything go up, because you need more dollars to buy the same thing. And if we get rid of some of these government regulations that are in our way, on average it takes 3 years to start a business in America. If you go to China, it takes 3 months to start a business. They have such a head start above us, it's ridiculous, and we need to catch up, and we can't let government step in the way. Anything the government gets involved with gets more expensive, less efficient, and creates bubbles. Look at college. Look at the price of college. College used to be $3,000 a year. Now it's like $50,000 a year. Why? Because the only way you can get student loans now, you can't go to your neighborhood bank and get a student loan and pay them back. You have to get a student loan through the federal government using the FAFSA form, and then now you owe the government, and there's no jobs out there to pay the government back, so now you're debt slave to the government. You can't go to a bank and get a student loan anymore. And the colleges all know the government will give out the money so they can raise the price to whatever they want because they know the government will give the kids the money. It's really just abusing the system. If you want crazy things like that to stop, vote for Ron Paul tomorrow. It's very important. I am endorsing him myself, and I hope all of you get out and vote tomorrow. And have a good night, and hopefully America will be saved once and for all, and we'll go back to what the founding fathers intended this great country to be. Alright? Have a good one.